Ayoooo Lovelies, it is I myself, Kid V, with a heart of thunder, with the main shooter, Monty Ariez. You know who it is, it's the guys you love, it is the neighborhood. Alright, here we go!
Yeah, hey, it's all good in the neighborhood. Hey, break bread in the neighborhood. Hey, lunch days in the neighborhood. Shoot shots all day in the neighborhood. Yeah, hey, it's all good in the neighborhood. Hey, break bread in the neighborhood. Hey, lunch days in the neighborhood. Shoot shots all day in the neighborhood.
Ayoooo Lovelies. It is I, myself, Kid V. And of course, beside me is my tag team partner, my co-host, my brother, Monty Ariez.
Yes, sir, man. Welcome to another episode, I guess, of the Neighborhood Pod. And if you're watching, we're obviously not in the same spot that we usually do it. I think it's cool to bring in a different sense of environment. We're trying to play around with, where we should actually set up the Neighborhood Pod. But yeah, it's Monday that we're recording this. We're actually recording this like 45 minutes before our Monday classes. And so people might just start trickling in here. And that's going to be fine. It's going to be pretty much a short, kind of episode. Nothing too crazy. But I thought it'd be fun. Something different.
I think the change of environment is always fun. I think it's going to be fun for everybody watching. The echo is definitely kind of messing me up, though.
Yeah, I could hear it in the background. I'm pretty sure like after the recording is done, like we probably won't hear it on thing, but if it is, oh well.
Yeah,
too bad.
And we're pretty used to smaller, more confined areas.
Yeah, this is a big, semi-big place, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. But yeah, it's Wednesday, so you know what that means. Hump Day. We don't. If the mic catches that, I don't even got to add a sound effect. Right. That was crazy.
That was
nutty.
That
sounded just like how I do it for the pod.
I was gonna say
that's crazy.
I thought you were doing some kind of magic over here.
Nah, man.
That's crazy.
Nah, dude. So yeah, it's Wednesday. Just a throwaway episode. Not throwaway, but like throwing together real quick. I had an idea. Again, because it's like, I feel like a lot of people are experiencing it. I'm seeing it a lot. So I felt like it was a cool way to kind of address a topic in a sense. So the question for the topic kind of is burnout really a bad thing?
Ooh, that's a very interesting question right there.
Right? Because everybody always tells you, don't work yourself out. You don't want to burn out. But like, what if, so you're always stopping yourself from burning out, you kind of never experience the burnout or you don't experience it as frequently. Mm-hmm. So then my thought was like, what if getting burned out is not a bad thing? I feel like the term, oh, you're burned out. I feel like that term is looked at in such a negative light.
I mean, based off of what it's, the way that people try to sell it that way, oh, you're burned out. I feel like that definitely means like you're just done.
Yeah.
You're just done. You're completely toasted. You don't want to anymore. Even all the motivation in the world, all the passion and love you've had in the world is just gone. And what I think, when people say burnout, that's what they mean. Just that complete sense of ugh.
Yeah.
But
go.
But I hear what you're saying. Because I know you have a strong, work ethic.
No, you come right on in.
Come on in.
This is why we're doing it. We're expecting people to trickle in here, man. You could just get right to it, though.
Right.
Everybody, welcome Chris to the pod.
Hey, Chris.
What I'm saying? I missed that. Hold on. Stop. I pressed the wrong button. And I still pressed the wrong. Which one's the clapping button? Welcome, Chris, to the pod, guys.
Oh, how's it going? I feel like I've been here before.
Maybe.
No, you haven't.
Maybe. I don't know.
No, you haven't.
Maybe like a different dimension.
It's like
deja vu.
Yeah, probably deja vu, bro. For sure. But yeah, man. So we're just going about the podcast and talking about the question being like, is burnout a bad thing? Is it really a bad thing? You know how people are like, oh, don't burn yourself out. If you're like, for example, wrestling, like, oh, you have to balance stuff. You don't want to burn out in wrestling. Is it really a bad thing though? You know what I'm saying? That's the question, right? So we just got into it. We're not even he don't even get to answer. He didn't even get to answer. You should be going right back over there going about your business. Come back later. Tighten these ropes.
Yep.
You're messing up your mic, kid.
I haven't really moved it that much. I didn't think I did.
Make sure that your foot's getting tangled up.
Oh, yeah, it's my foot. I got you.
But yeah, so that's the question. And as there's probably going to be a few more instances of people coming in while we're recording. That's fine. It's A-okay. But with that being said, let's get into today's episode. So you already know the deal. If you clocking into your little 9 to 5, make sure you got your coffee. Make sure you got what you need to make sure you don't blow up on your boss. You know what I'm saying? If you in the drive-thru, shoot, make sure you get in that hazelnut, because hazelnut season back, baby.
Oh, yeah.
I
forgot about hazelnut.
I'm like, yeah, hazelnut. I'm a hazelnut pumpkin spice type. You feel me?
Flavors.
Stop moving your mic.
I was moving it up to face.
So keep it there. Jesus.
No, it's
And when you pull up, right, and you go, you see the drive through cashier, you give them what you owe them, but then you give them a little more. You always tip them. Always give them a little tip, even if it's $1. Mm-hmm. $1 goes a long way.
Even if it's your loose change.
Yeah, anything. And then when they give you the coffee, maybe your breakfast too, make sure you tell them, listen to the Neighborhood Pod. And they be like, who are those guys? Oh, one of the best tag teams in pro wrestling and independent scene over here in New England. Mm-hmm. They're going nutty. Bazonkers. You know what I'm saying?
Bazonkers?
Yeah.
We're allowed to say that on this pod?
Yeah. Make sure you tell them we sent you. Let's get into today's episode. Okay.
You trying to get yourself all tangled up?
Nah. So yeah, let's talk about it, man.
Yeah.
Is being burned out a bad thing, really? Right? I'll tell you my take first.
Yeah.
I think it depends on the person. For me, I feel like I need to be burned out in order to like force myself to refresh.
Okay.
I'm always on go, so I never want to take that time to, refresh myself, refresh my mind, refresh my body. I'm always on go. I always want to keep going. I don't want to stop especially when I start going. So sometimes I need to burn out in order to like kind of remind myself, and be like, all right, dude, like stop, chill. Here's your break. Here, go do something else. That's where I feel like for me, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's burning out for me at least is myself kind of telling me, yo, enough's enough. You need to take a break real quick, No,
that makes sense. And I don't know. I think some people might just define that differently than they would burnout. It could be, just, hey, you've had enough of this one project. The more you look at it, the more dizzying it gets. You ever get that way where it's like, because that used to happen with me at school. I'd be working on a project, and I've had everything, set up. And no matter how much work I put towards it, I just couldn't get the next step done.
Yeah.
So I had to move on to something else,
It's kind of like that when I write music.
I don't doubt that.
Pod.
Yeah.
Like I'll get writer's block and then, it's just me straining my brain out, so then I go take a break for a couple of days, maybe in a couple hours, and then I'll come back refreshed. And then, I'll be able to like kind of get past the hiccup that I was on.
Right. And I'm wondering if some people would define that more of as a writer's block rather than an actual burnout.
Nah.
But I do.
What would you define burnout then?
So I kind of explained it before the little mix and Chris coming in. But for me, burnout is just where you have to walk away for a length of time. Like I'm talking at least months, you know, where your actual passion for that project has officially burnt out and flamed away.
I don't think that's burnout though.
You don't think so?
No, I think that's another thing. I think that's just like that's the passion's gone. You have no more passion when that happens.
Right.
Because a burnout is like, yeah, you could still get those same emotions where it's like, oh man, I don't know if I should be doing this anymore, blah, blah, blah. But like, it's because you're continuously working yourself and straining yourself and not stopping, you know? So I feel like it kind of could go both ways in a sense, but yeah, I feel like that is more of like the passion's gone.
Right.
The passion's gone.
Where you may not even revisit it.
Yeah. Because I feel like being burned out kind of requires you to go back. And sometimes it's like even being like, for an example, it doesn't even have to be like a whole thing. It could be like, let's say a certain place, right? You go to this certain place and you do what you do at this place and then you do it other places as well. But it's specifically this place that just things ain't working, things ain't clicking.
Gotcha.
And now you're getting frustrated. So now you're starting to feel burned out there, you know? So, but then you go and then you take that break somewhere else. You go do the same thing somewhere else. And then, you know, once you feel refreshed again, you know, then you could come back around over there with a different mind, a different view.
All right. So going off of that, as, you know, kind of more of the definition, I will agree with you then, where I do think that taking your breaks, even if it means grinding until you get to a point where you are frustrated, can be extremely beneficial. I don't think it's just all pros. You know, naturally, I think there can be some cons to that.
No, yeah, for sure. Like there's always pros and cons.
Right.
I never said it was all pro.
Absolutely.
Obviously, like it's a pro in a sense for me where it's like that'll be my stoppage. Right. But like because of that, the con is everything else that I may have like not made time for or forgot to get on to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Those are the cons that's how I see it. I see those as being the cons.
Yeah.
And so like again, it was something that kind of brought up on my mind. And like that's because so today's Monday, this drops obviously Wednesdays. But like today as a whole, like I felt like the energy for everybody, it was just like, it was draining.
It was a very Monday of all Mondays kind of thing.
Yeah. And it was just like for me and then my Darren work and then for kid Darren work, like, and then like, yeah, just being here afterwards. You know, I went to the gym and I was really like, the energy there's so much energy sucked out of me that I was like, oh, I don't really want to go to the gym. But then I was like, oh, I have to go to the gym. And then like, before I even sent the text message today in the chat to figure out who's coming in tonight.
Yep.
I was literally thinking whether or not to even do it.
Oh,
you know,
no kidding. Because I knew
I wasn't gonna.
Right.
You know, and then like even yesterday, like usually we record our podcast on Sundays, and then yesterday I just felt so tired.
Yeah. Okay. So you were feeling the same way then.
Yeah. That's why we didn't record yesterday. That's why we're here actually.
Yeah. Because I was
Gives
feeling
me a couple more time, a little more time to edit this together.
Right. That's why we take advantage of our time as much as we can. As Monty said, when we're on the grind, there really is not enough hours in the day.
Nah, because right after this is off and this is all said and done, we getting these boys working. You know, like we right in the lab right now.
And then after that, it's right home, eat something, try to get some sleep to start all over tomorrow.
Yeah, because we're going to be back here again. We got to go back to our 9-to-5s, you know? So, like, I don't know. So I felt like if I was feeling this energy, you were feeling this energy. Dude, the kids at my school today were definitely feeling that energy. I just feel like maybe there's just that type of energy looming just as a whole over everybody right now.
Can I tell you something kind of interesting?
Yeah.
Okay, so little fun fact. tonight and tomorrow, we're actually going to be having meteor showers here in the Northern Hemisphere.
Interesting. I did not know that.
Right. And that's basically this very large comet.
So that'd be Tuesday and Wednesday.
No, actually Monday and Tuesday.
Oh, so Monday and Tuesday. Wow.
So
let us know if you guys saw the meteors.
Yeah, it's today. If you are kind of a sightseer, your last 2 days were the days to see it.
Yeah.
But they also did mention that because we have more of a moon going on, it's like 79% illuminated.
Yeah,
it's going to be harder to see all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But they say we all know when it's a full moon, people be acting a little strange.
Yeah. And I believe like that stuff has a big play. So yeah, man. So that's interesting that you say that. So I just felt like I wanted to bring up that topic because like if we were feeling it, I'm pretty sure some of y'all are probably feeling the same way, so it's just like if you're feeling burned out, it's okay, because I feel like it tends to be around this time of the year that a lot of that stuff happens. Mike Morris, who has the Better by 50 podcast, go ahead and check them out. He brought up an interesting fact on like his TikTok, and he brought up a topic on seasonal depression. Oh. So I feel like that starts to play. I feel like these are like the seeds of starting to plant those seasonal depressions, especially during this time of year, because November, December, January is all the family, really heavy oriented holidays. And again, I was one of those people in those in that mix of not really having, a place later on in my life. Like we grew up having those things. Unfortunately, my family was the type back in the day that like if family members were having beef, it cut all communication for everybody. So there was a couple of years where we didn't. And just even like in the last like 5 to 6 years for me, I've been in that mix of like not being certain and kind of falling into that, like, damn, I wish I had this. I see them doing this as a family. Damn, I wish I was able to do that. And it kind of just puts me in that mood. And like saying that actually reminds me of a quote that comparison is the thief of joy.
Okay.
Comparison, is the thief of joy.
All right. Yeah, I know what you're saying,
because
making those comparisons.
Because that family memory is a happy memory. Mm-hmm. But now I start to compare it. I think about that memory. I'm like, damn, that's so cool. And then I see people, and then I'm like, damn, they have that. I don't. Now it brings me down. So that technically, like, yeah, man.
Well, have you ever seen the comic? And it kind of builds off of that comparison thing you were saying, where there's a guy in the fast lane. He's in a nice car, like a Porsche or something like that. The guy next to him is looking over, and in his little thought bubble, he's going, man, I wish I had a car like that. And then next to him is the bus with the guy looking out at him and his Camry, and he's like, man, I wish I had a car. And then there's someone walking, looking at the guy in the bus going, man, I wish I could afford public transportation. Yeah. And then there's a homeless person looking at that guy going, man, I wish I had a job.
Right.
So when you always are going to feel some kind of comparison, and that is the thief of joy. You're always looking at people that have more, which is why, people fawn to celebrities.
Yeah.
Because everyone wants that. Mm-hmm. But it also takes me back, as you were saying, how the seasonal depression kind of hits. I know you and I are very, and pardon the phrase, because I mean it in a very good way, but you and I are very patriarchal. We want to be there and be kind of like that host, that head of the household, and just have your family come in and say, yep, this is a safe place. We're going to have fun. I'm with my family. This is going to just be a time of joy. And I know you crave that just as much as I do. So I kind of get a little bit of that, when I just get to see like you and the baby and Tabs and just being happy and everything. I get a little bit of that when I do see that. But that's not the same as like having your whole family over and getting to kind of feel like the protector at that time.
Yeah. So it's, and fondly enough, like, I feel like we'll be there, and it'll be our families, combining to as one, the families that we made. And I think will be able to have that. But it still sucks for the people that struggle with that.
Yeah.
So it was just like, again, if I felt that there was a need to kind of speak on, this. And again, it is heavy for people around this time of the year, because it was for me for a long time. And still kind of does, because it's like, yes, I have this, but there is still a couple things missing that I wish I could still have. So just know, guys, like, it's okay. You're feeling burned out right now. You're maybe getting into that seasonal depression where it's like, it's the holidays and you're not sure what you're going to be doing, or you don't feel like such and such care about you, or all this stuff, man. Just reminder that, like, life happens, man. Everybody got some stuff going on, and 9 times out of 10, it ain't nothing personal, like there's times where I just, I stop texting so many people because I'm just so bang. And then, like, when I have time, the last thing I want to be doing is kind of being on my phone. Like on Sunday, bro, I literally, like, I checked social media only in the morning, and I just stayed off my phone the whole day because, like, that even gets draining.
I was about to ask you, how did that feel?
Like, it felt great, dude. And I was like, damn. And I'm like, damn, yo, honestly, I think I might just do that every Sunday, where it's like, no social media. I don't have my phone. I'm on my game. I could be with the baby. We could go do some stuff, but, like, nothing on social media. I don't want to see Twitter. I don't want to see YouTube. I don't want to see none of that junk, man. And it felt good, though, because there's just so much, especially right now with all the bull crap that's happening and floating around. There's so much, like, negative stuff happening, and not like pity parties, but, like, people thinking and making statements and just kind of, like, being oblivious to other people's and how they feel on things. And, at the end of the day, no one's really, like, right, like, everybody's right to their own opinion. That's really what it is. Like, if you feel some type of way, cool, awesome. You don't like this and this person don't like that, but because you don't like that, you're gonna just completely, like, screw you. Nah, man, it's 2024. We should be past that. Seeing all the stuff and all the diversity is so crazy. So it was just like, I needed that break personally, because I was done, because I see so much negativity and like, not even trying to be, like, naive or anything like that, but, like, and I don't say negativity and, like, oh, you're being a bad person.
No,
it's just like, you don't need to be spending that energy on that. Like, go put that energy elsewhere.
Right. The more you dwell on it and you're not doing anything, and that's the thing with social media. I feel like a lot of it is people not doing a whole lot for themselves when they just post something.
Yeah, and it's just not everybody got to know every little thing about your life. Not every little thing that's happened, not every little thing that,
not every little opinion you got.
Yeah, exactly. There's so many things that I'm like, I see online and I'm like, damn, this shit bothers me, and I just, like, I really refrain from even, like, saying anything.
Just scroll down to the next post.
Maybe I do type it out and then I send it and then I delete it right away because I just needed to send it. Just so it was out there and I take it out.
Not just typing it out. You're not satisfied with just typing it out sometimes.
Nah. Because I know for that brief second, if whatever I'm saying or if I'm talking about somebody, there's a real brief second that they can see it. And then they'll see it, and then they'll try to go back to it, and then it's gone.
All I can imagine is, like, a 7-year-old Monty in the playground, and just real quick, like, some kid just pissed him off, so he gives him the finger real quick, and then what was that? None. I just imagine, like, a 7-year-old you just being like that.
Yeah, maybe actually, yeah.
He's like, maybe
I was a side story that I wanted to, like, I was thinking about saying, but I was like, nah, because it's kind of, it is what it is. But, like, yeah, like, it was along the lines of something like that scenario.
Right. And at the same,
there was some, like, if I really didn't like you, like, I really try to stay out of trouble just for the pure fact that my mom would have kicked my ass if I got into trouble. But, like, also at the same time, like, unless you really piss me off and I really don't like you, then I'll do stuff to, like, kind of, like, when I was a kid, I would do stuff to like kind of antagonize.
Ooh, you were a
instigate shit.
bear poker?
Yeah, for sure.
So were you just like I'll get in a fight, but I'm not throwing the first punch kind of guy?
Yeah. Because my mom told me don't ever hit anybody first.
Yes.
So let them hit me first.
All right.
That
So
way-
you and I were.
Yeah, that way we can claim self-defense.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yes, I'm in the wrong and I know I'm going to get, freaking repercussions for it. But like, hey, at least it was in defense.
Right.
And I didn't go down like no bitch.
I know there's going to be consequences to my actions, but there's going to be consequences to the consequences you're sending.
Right. So it was, yeah. It was, my mom, didn't get into too much mischief because we were really scared of my mom. Okay, so there was brief moments though, for sure. I used to get sent to detention a lot.
Really?
Yeah, or get sent to the principal's office a lot in middle school because I was just so outspoken. Like I really was. Like there was shit that I didn't like, and I would just talk, and then the teacher would say something, and then I'll say something back. And then I'm like, yo, that's not right. Or if everybody kind of blatantly saw like the teacher kind of be like, damn, for real, why you gotta be like that? And the students not taking, standing up for themselves, I'll be that one. Even to the teacher, I don't get her.
Yeah, I see. And you saying that makes me absolutely believe it. I'm like, yeah, that sounds like
Yo, people used to get pissed. I used to piss other students off
because they just want to get through class.
Yeah. I'm like, nah, bro, nah.
We got to stand up on business.
Bro. Yeah, bro, that don't slide, bro. You just trying to be the average Joe Schmo. Nah, bro, it don't work that way, son. No. I feel like since I was young, I was always trying to,
I feel
not a what would you call it? Not a misfit or rebellious, But I feel like I was very outspoken.
you were a Robin Hood.
Yeah.
So what I mean by that is to put it into Dungeons and Dragons terms, and I apologize for that, but you are chaotic good. So what that means is you may not follow the rule of the law, but you're going to do what's morally good. So if the law says that's something that I don't really agree with, morally I shouldn't have to follow that, then you won't. And that's what
that'll get you in a lot of trouble.
It can. But that's what chaotic good means, is morally you're good.
No, yeah, for sure. And not even that, cause do what you feel's right. I won't regret a damn thing I done ever said. Like if I was out here standing up for something, and talking my talk and being as passionate as I am about it, I would never regret anything I said, because at the end of the day, even if it doesn't go my way, I know that I went out fighting, you know what I'm saying? Or that people saw me continuing to fight and not just take a no, or not just take anything, you know what I'm saying?
If I may.
Yeah.
So you and I have had some pretty great conversations where you and I stood on hills that we were ready to die on.
Yeah.
They never got heated, but we definitely, talked back and forth. And even when we did see from each other's perspectives, it was, all right, these are hills we're willing to die on. But at the same time, okay, I'll see it from your view. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You're different like that, because it's not just, this is the hill I die on and that's it.
Yeah. It's like, nah, because again, everybody got an opinions, like you may not agree with me, and that's fine. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to force you to be like, yes, you have to believe what I'm telling you right now. You have no choice. Nah, bro, I hate that. I hate that, because everybody has a choice.
Right.
I saw this TikTok about like parenting, and like how this dad said that, you should let your kids talk back to you. And they're like, what do you mean? And it's like, for example, you would tell your let's say you're telling, you could come on in, bro. It's fine. It's just like, Maestro Mori just walked in.
Maestro Mori.
Yeah. Maestro Mori. Hit it one time, Maury.
One time. That actually sounded pretty good.
Right? No, but like, so the dad's talking about how you should let your kids talk back to you. And then they're like, in the sense of like, let's say you're telling Willow to go take out the trash, right? Because this has happened to me a lot when I was growing up. My mom would tell me to go do something.
Yep.
And then I'd be like, but Ma, I will, but why? Or but something else. And she'd be like, don't talk back to me.
Right. It just shot down immediately.
Bang, immediately. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's like, And he said the reason why, you talk to them, you treat them like a human. You know, it's like, oh, but let's say do the dishes. Oh, but why can't you ask so-and-so to do the dishes? Because so-and-so's doing this.
Yep.
So I'ma just need you to do this for me.
Right.
You know, so stuff like that. That way you're learning at a young age to communicate, and it's not always going to be shut down, or you're just not always, or, you know, you're raising to be, you know, being able to use your voice.
Right.
You know, and not just be, yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, fine. And also at the same time, just think about the mood it puts you in, just to be told to do something and then told, don't talk back to me.
Yeah.
Anyone out there right now, just imagine your boss gave you a project and then said, don't talk back.
Yeah, you know, you got me messed up, bro.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, you don't pay me enough dollars for me to be like, yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? We got to talk some major digits, bro, for you to make me be like, yeah, I'll let you call all the shots, buddy. Yeah, cool. But how do we even get to that topic?
Oh, geez. We've really expanded from the burnout topic. Let's see.
I mean, you could say that. I guess I could play a sense of burnout, you know, when you get shut down all the time and you're like, you know, you're trying to pitch this, talk this, not really sure if you could say this, but then you try and then you get shut down and you're like, you know what, maybe this ain't it.
Right. I'm trying to follow the train of thought that got us here.
Yeah, me too.
It's a hop, skip, and a jump, brother.
Hey, bump it. Who cares, man? I think it was a good convo.
I absolutely do.
But yeah, so just remember, man, like, you got utilize your resources around you. You know, there's people that care. You know, I actually found out not too long ago about a homie of ours, a mutual friend. And bro was going through some shit, you know, and he didn't say nothing.
Wow.
And you know, and it wasn't the best. And from what he told me, you know, I got upset, right? And I'm like kind of getting teary-eyed right now. But like, I got upset not because I didn't get upset at him. I was upset at him, but I wasn't upset at him because I understand. But I got upset at him because from the moment we've ever met, I've made it clear to anybody that the message is always there.
Right.
My phone's always there if you really need it. You know, if it's like, you know, ASAP, you know, SOS, like, I don't care what time of the day, I don't care what I'm doing, like, I got you. And he didn't do that, you know? And I found out like 2 weeks later after everything, and it kind of like, it made me feel weird because, like, you know, what if things happened, you know, and then 2 weeks later we didn't see him.
Right.
You know? And then, like, yeah, man, you know, so it's a tough season, you know? So it's just like, please utilize your people. If people are telling you, you know, like, reach out for real. Don't be stubborn. Don't be stubborn. Ain't nothing worth it. I saw this other TikTok of this guy that jumped off this bridge, right?
Damn.
He tried to commit, and he jumped off this bridge, and he really, like, there in the moment, he's like, yes, I really want to do it. And then he lets go. And then as soon as he let go, he immediately was like, regretted it. Immediately. He hits the water so hard. The example he used was as if a elephant sat on you. That's as much impact that he hit the water with. And something in the water was holding him up, something, whatever. Like, it was crazy because he kept coming in and out, whatever. But the whole reason why I bring it up is because in that moment he did, but as soon as he acted on it, he immediately regretted it.
Yep.
And he got a second chance. Not everybody gets that second chance.
Most people don't.
You know? So, you know, just because of hearing that and just seeing all this stuff and knowing the time of the year it is, please, everybody, like, utilize your peoples, you know, utilize hotlines if you need to, you know, do something, because regardless, there's somebody, don't mind my voice. We had APW, I was ring announcing, I was taking Adam's position, and, you know, I went all out, you know, but all jokes aside, like, really utilize everything. You know, because you don't know you may think that no one cares, but like you have no idea whose lives you've probably impacted that like just out of nervousness, they don't want to look a certain way in front of you, won't even tell you that they admire you, So with you being gone from that and those people that didn't get those chances to really express themselves to you, think about that domino effect it causes. And then, vice versa for those people that are like scared to say something, just show appreciation, show some appreciation. Don't hold it in. Don't hold it in or be scared to, because you never know who's going to need it. So yeah, that's the message here.
Yeah. I would say basically live life to your fullest. You've got the one chance to enjoy everything that this world has for us. Why are you not going to take that time to try to enjoy it to its fullest? Tell people that you love them, let them know.
Yeah.
Please let them know.
Big facts. So, you can even reach out to us on our socials. You can reach out to us on the email and just send in, even if you just need to write something. You don't want a response, but you just need to write something and just send it somewhere. Send it to us. Ain't going nowhere. We ain't going to judge you.
Nope.
I don't think there ain't nothing that someone could tell me that I could be like, yeah, nah, you're disgusting. Nah, there ain't nothing. Unless you out here breaking laws and doing shit morally not approving, I don't think there ain't shit that you could say or talk about or feel about yourself that I would honestly stand there and be like, that ain't true.
Right. We ain't here to judge you.
No, sir.
We ain't here to do that. We're here to give you some entertainment, maybe a little bit of help with some lifestyles,
or maybe a little bit of love and energy.
A little bit of love and energy.
Yeah, man. That was the perfect time to hit that, and then you didn't hit it.
I still felt we were a little too serious.
Nah, but you always got to bring it up. You don't ever want to stay on that. You know. So again, if you feeling some type of thing, man, if y'all listening, don't worry about other people's opinion. You're allowed to feel the way that you feel. You're allowed to vocalize how you want to vocalize things. But at the same time, all I ask when you do that, be mindful of how you vocalize it, what you say, how you say it, and think about the other people. Just like you want those other people to think about, you wish they would have thought about you, or, just think about that. And doing that, even if those other people don't do that, just doing that shows that you're the bigger person. Mm-hmm. Be the bigger person. Show that you really bought it, because you ain't gonna take that energy. Everybody know life too short. Bro, you're. I can only imagine, kid.
Are you about to break the one rule?
Stop hold. That's why you keep fucking it up, dude.
It's actually right here.
Yeah, but you keep holding this. Watch.
That's because I keep on kicking it.
So stop moving your feet.
I can't help that. That's a fidget. That's just.
So then, I ain't even gonna bother. Anyways. But kid, how old he is and how old I am, it does not feel like, it feels like it was yesterday that I was 14, bro, 12, 10.
I still feel your age sometimes.
So it's just life really is mad short, because the next thing you know, in a blink of an eye, we all 50, we all 60. Some of us already gone. Some of us in mental institutions. Some of us in homes.
Yeah.
It's enjoy it while we got it right now. Make the most out of everything, because that bullshit. If you know it's bullshit, don't let it affect you. Again, you're allowed to feel what you got to feel. I always say 24 hours, feel what you got to feel. But after 24 hours, you got to keep it pushing, because ain't nothing gonna stop. That 9 to 5 is gonna keep going the next day. Mm-hmm. That problem, whatever stuff that may have been affected by it, is going to continue. So things still got to get dealt with, And if nobody is going to deal with it, you got to deal with it. That's even if you don't want it to be. Sometimes that's just y'all's responsibility. Sometimes that's just a responsibility that's given to you, And I think that's something that a lot of people struggle with, So just know, you are loved, you are cared for, you are being heard. Be mindful, be respectful at the same time. And even if you're not getting the respect back, still give it. Because at the end of the day, kill them with kindness.
The golden rule still applies.
Big facts. So with that being said, we about to start winding down. So you know what that means, huh? Kid,
Yeah?
drop those plugins.
Well, you can find me on the Facebook, the Instagram, the X/Twitter, ProRes Kid V. That is Rez as in wrestling. And on the TikTok as Red_Head_J. Hit him up, Monty.
You can find me on the Instagram, the Facebook, the TikTok. That's Monty Ariez, MANIARIEZ, baby. And on the X/Twitter, it is Ariez_Monty with a S. And the neighborhood, Instagram for the neighborhood, THA, Facebook.
Right. Go ahead, tell him, Monty. Go ahead, tell him.
I'm just ignorant.
That's true. I mean,
Facebook, THE, the neighborhood. And on the X/Twitter, it's PW Neighborhood, baby.
nice. Nailed it.
I got back on it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So go ahead and show a lot of
Love and energy.
and with any situation that comes your way, approach it with one motto, two goals. That's show up.
And show out.
Yes, sir.
Would you be mine? Would you be mine?